What's good, YouTube fam? You already know who it is. It's your brown brother coming to another video. Make this video very quickly. So I hope y'all enjoy it. But I'm just gonna make this video talking for a few minutes. And this is what I want to talk about: finding your middle ground. Now, usually when I make videos, I always say the intro and all this kind of stuff. I think this video is gonna be very quickly. Watch your video in your lunch break or whatever you may be doing. Just going about your day. And I found myself thinking about this. Now, tonight I was watching a show, but I believe the divine energy, masculine energy, always finds its way to give me opportunities to learn some things and then turn around and teach them. And as I was watching the show, I was also watching a YouTube video with this man called Essence of Solo, Tony Solo. And in the video, he talked about the masculine energy, and he talks about being grounded in the masculine, being grounded in the confidence and so forth and so on. Then at the same time, I wasn't even watching TV because, like I said, I don't watch TV like that. I heard a conversation going on within the TV show about these two characters. And in the end of the show, he said, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, or the easier they crumble. And I got to think about how false that was, and I got to think about how false the opposite was. It was a show where a big man was finna fight a smaller man. And I thought about the basis that those two statements, they always say the bigger they are, the easier they fall. Then they turn around and say, well, the smaller they are, the easier they are. Or they really don't have any comments about smaller people, because at the end of the day, they automatically say, well, they for easy pickings, or they look at somebody small and call them a shrimp, call them small fry, use all these derogatory statements to try to tear down a person's confidence, or I guess build up their confidence. Then at the same time, a small person may look at somebody else and say, well, the easier they fall. Somebody made that ideal up to kind of try to balance it, but at the same time, maybe even said that out of trying to find confidence. It's a gesture for strength, because no matter how big you are, how small you are, you have no reason to tear anybody down or make negative stereotypes. You're doing that to try to build your own confidence. But I just want to tell you right now, no matter how big you are, how small you are, it's about nothing like that. It's about being grounded. It's about being grounded in the masculine energy. It's about being grounded within yourself. So no matter how big or how small or how wherever you are, or short or this or that, or no matter how, whatever your situation, your circumstance is, if you're grounded in that masculine energy, if you're grounded in yourself, you will always come out on top, or at least be competitive in whatever situation you're in. I look at the basis that a house, if a house has no foundation, I don't care if that house is a one-story house, or I don't care if that house is a freaking five-story house, or a five-floor house, or a hotel, or a freaking skyscraper that's so high you think it's finna touch the heavens itself, right? If that foundation is not good on there, if it's not built on solid ground, you must ground yourself. If the foundation is not built on solid ground, that thing will crumble no matter how big or how small it is, because you did not take care of the root. The root has to have the vitamins, has to get the mineral, has to get the nurture, the nutrients, has to get mature. And then you can build upon whatever you have. And no matter how big or how small it is, it will always be on solid ground because you built it right. You see what I'm saying? So I heard that statement, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because at the end of the day, I know people who are short, I know people who are tall. Like I said again, I don't get into my personal life or dibble dab my personal life, but by no means, as you see, and I'm sitting in a chair, so by no means I'm 7 feet tall, but by no means I'm 4 feet tall at the same time either. I'm just, regular, whatever. But I see, a lot of people growing up getting bullied by people who had no sense of masculine energy and were not grounded in masculine energy. So although they may have been big in stature or big in height, they were big nowhere else, because it takes a very small person mentally and spiritually to bully somebody else, particularly bully somebody that's not your own size, or at least try to go up against somebody who's not your own size. That's cowardly. That's small. All right. Then you got the opposite. You got some people who, what they call, like J. Cole said, he said Napoleon complex, you this tall rappers get exposed standing next to 6'4" rappers. And there's a lot of people got that Napoleon complex as well, who think that they gotta, be, oh, it's me, rah, 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 whatever. Think they gotta, fight everybody or be the loudest, because again, they seen that balance, and something situation may have happened, or somebody they may have met, or whatever it may be, that people try to underestimate them, and that's just as wrong. But in the same thing, the dude who do all that chatter and all that rah rah and try to start something with everybody or try to be the head of everything, be the first one to get taken out, and that's how it always is. And that's no disrespect. That's not saying it in a negative or I guess I cannot put it. It's not saying me saying it in some kind of street way or whatever way you want to try to say, I'm saying it in, but I'm saying that just in life period. The person who is trying to attack everybody, trying to maul everybody, trying to go 100 and not staying in their own lane, but doing just trying to get at everybody and attack everybody without, actually legitimately having foundations or solidifying stuff, they mess up every single time. You understand where I'm coming from? So you got that. You need to find that balance. You need to find that middle ground. It ain't about physical stature. It's never been about physical. We just don't live in a physical world. If that was true, we just lived in a physical world. Only thing we'll be able to do is eat, sleep, and use the restroom and crap. I mean, I don't know no other way to say it. Like, I don't mean to be disgusting. I don't mean to be raw with it, but that's the only way I know how to say it in 2017. I'm holding back no punches on this channel. But just as you sleep, guess what? You dream because it's spiritual and mental. Your physical body is sleep. Your physical body is laying in a bed or laying on the floor or laying on a mattress or laying and sleeping outside or wherever you at, taking a nap in a chair. Your physical body, you have no consciousness with your physical body. You can't sleep, be knocked out cold, drool coming out your mouth, you snoring, and eat a sandwich at the same time and constantly be doing that. You can sleepwalk, but you can't do that. And that's even another base of sleepwalking. It's a mental thing. You're not awake, you're not conscious, but your spiritual and your mental is. So you have all these dreams and you sleep and stuff because again, you're not just spiritual. You know. Um I look at with I said sleep, what else I said? Eating. You eat to be physically alive. You can't go without eating, at least not for more than I would advise probably 3 days. And then you probably have physical. I would say eat 3 square meals every single day. But I don't know. I'm not no doctor, but I believe you can only go 3 days without food, and then your body will begin to shut down, or a day without food, or whatever, your body will begin to shut down, right? That you eat to be physically alive, but you eat for nutrition. You eat for mental awareness. If you stop eating, your brain cells begin to die off, or your brain cells begin to stop working. Your metabolism begins to do whatever, and you could go into a coma. You could pass out. Your brain will stop working if you don't eat, if you don't have any substance, or whatever the heck you call it. I've heard of people who had dementia, which is a disease of the mental. When they physically could not eat, or their mind stopped telling them to eat, they died. They wasted away. You see what I'm saying? Then you go to the third. I was saying you use the restroom. You use the restroom to stay physically alive, but at the same time, you use that because if you had no way to to get rid of any excess waste in your body or whatever, your whole brain again will begin to shut down, and mentally you won't be able to think, and you'll go crazy. Elliot Holst, a guy that I watch, said it best. I'm gonna leave the video. We said be a king of everything. He said something. He said he said, I can't remember what he said. He said if you're miserable, you're constipated, and physically you're not able to do something. He said I don't care how much money you have, you're nothing. And he was saying it in a most blunt way, but during that time that he was going through his transition, for whatever little time he was there, we were blessed to see those videos, and he would talk about that. So I just thought about that very quickly. It's about finding middle ground. It ain't about rah rah rah. I'm the biggest dude in the room, so yeah, I can talk the lies, I can beat the lies, I can beat everybody. Won't. Because just as kid, you think that you can bully everybody. You may be 7 feet tall, but you can find that dude that's 5'6". You see what I'm saying? I remember they used to always put Rey Mysterio in the ring with the Big Show when I used to watch WWE back in the day. And people are like, why they putting Rey Mysterio in the ring with the Big Show? Because we know, but yeah, okay, it's a heel versus the babyface. If you're a big WWE fan, you know what them words mean. But at the same time, I mean, what should we say, a heel and a face or whatever, I forget the word it was. But at the same time, you got to understand this, right? Just as that show showed good and evil, David versus Goliath, it was true. Because it's about who has the biggest heart, who has the will to succeed, who strategically knows their opponent. You read The Art of War. I read The Art of War, and I think it's a requirement for all Marines to read. And it talks about knowing your opponent, never underestimating your opponent in so many words. Maybe not exactly those words, but in so many words. And if that big man came inside this situation, heavy on his feet, ate so much that he's stuffed, can't move, can't think straight because he's like, I'm finna just crush him and annihilate him. That man who's 5'4", 5'5", 5'1", can go inside there and chop his legs, bits and pieces, hit them legs. Or he studied his opponent. He saw his opponent the day before, and he know his opponent got arthritis in the knee. He knows his opponent got a bad back. He knows his opponent um, can't breathe. His opponent got asthma because he's so big. And he will study his opponent, and he will do everything he can, and he will win that wrestling match. He will win that battle because he studied his opponent. So it ain't never about how big you are, how small you are. It's about what it is. It's the story of the tortoise versus the rabbit, or the tortoise versus the hare. The speedster said, that slow whatever ain't gonna beat me. Let me chill. Let me go relax. Let me go be lazy. And then that tortoise was slow and consistent. And that tortoise beat him because he didn't worry about all the rah-rah. He studied his opponent, but at the same time, he stayed on a consistent path and strategically did what he had to do to lay a solid foundation. And he laid a solid foundation by working on his mental and his spiritual. And then the rest of it came together. So it ain't about the bigger they are, the harder they fall. It ain't about the smaller they are, the easier they are to succumb to whatever attacks. It's about, what can I do to strategically prepare myself, better myself, be grounded in my masculine energy, and then strategically live life and consistently pursue happiness, consistently pursue success, consistently pursue everything that I need to win the battle, whether it be the battle of life or whether it be a simple battle of a bout with cancer, whether it be a bout with anything, poverty, about with bad relationships, about what coming or trying to heal from the idea of having no father in your life. Whatever it is, you strategically pursue success and happiness, and strategically try to consistently work to always make sure that you find middle ground and solid foundation. And no matter what happened to you, or what will happen to you, or what has happened to you in the past, because we're not wishing nothing bad, you'll be able to overcome anything because you're solid in your foundation. So, yo, I just wanted to say that really quickly. I thought about that while I was watching that. I believe the divine energy had me to make this video, because how would it be that I'm watching a video, don't even watch TV, just cut it on just to have some sound or some noise in the house? And the very thing that I'm watching on the internet at that particular time, I never watched TV. You got to understand, the national championship game is on. All right. I stopped what I was doing because I just didn't feel like I don't always say it, but right now I'm just not. I still kind of getting off of cold, so I ain't really go anywhere for real today. And I cut the game off because I was like, it's 24-14. Alabama not gonna let that go. I cut that off. Cut this show on, and the same message coming on. So I just wanted to talk with you. You want to talk, So while everybody, doing their thing, I'm out here working and grinding. But peace and blessing each and every one of y'all. This is Brown Brother. Please like, share, subscribe. I greet y'all. I leave y'all peace, positivity, and most support and power to go back building melanated person in America. Everybody have a great day and a great week. Peace.